Good afternoon, and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, yesterday we got an extra early start, today we're getting an extra late start. And a lot of stuff has happened, as some of you know. I had to cut yesterday's episode off early so that I could get myself to the hospital for my scan, a bone scan. But there's two things that are surprising. First of all, it was the way I expected it to be, like the machine and everything. It was a lot like a CT scan. It was a lot like a MRI scan, which I've had both of before. But this thing is a little bit different. It's kind of I think it's kind of an X-ray machine. Anyways, it's more set up for looking at your skeleton. Anyway, but what surprised me was that it took so long. It was about 45 minutes. And it looks at you this way and that way, and it turns around, goes around you, and it's, Anyway, that's done. But the second thing that surprised me was that earlier this morning, I got a call from the doctor's office already, and the results had already been read by the technician or whatever, and that's a little bit disconcerting. Is it a case of they saw something and they thought, we got to get a hold of this guy right away as soon as possible? Or is it a case of that's the way it goes? I'll know late this afternoon, because when the doctor's office phoned, the secretary just wanted to make an appointment with me to say that my doctor was going to call between, late this afternoon. So I got to be close to the phone. Anyway, I'll let you know when I know. Now, about the model ship here. I didn't do anything since yesterday morning. It's still exactly the way it was. But what we've got here is a case of some people are not understanding why it is that I did not pre-bend these. And I think somebody also mentioned, why didn't you anneal it? Well, I'm scared to anneal stuff that fragile now, because of the bad luck I've had with it. And the second reason was that if you think back to when I broke the railing off of this part here, well, that's how I did it. I was trying to form the railing so that it was the same shape as the outside of the catwalk. And now I'm going to try, and now that I have reinforced that corner with the solder, and there's practically very little chance of breaking it off there, now I'm going to try and round it. And that's what I'm going to try and set up and do. I'm going to get one of my round dowels and just see if I can carefully get the radius to the same as the catwalk, and it'll make it a little easier to tack it in different places. Oh, another thing, what I'm going to do is, instead of using the solder paste and putting little globs of solder paste on, I'm going to take some liquid flux, or maybe this paste flux, I don't know, and I'll try and get it right along the edge, and then I'll sort of get the solder on the end of on the tip of the soldering iron and touch it to where the flux is, and hopefully it's not going to go wicking in and filling in the treads, and we're going to lose detail, which we wouldn't see anyway. This thing is just so incredibly small. But let's keep the detail if we can, right? Yeah. Okay, let's get ourselves recomposed here and try and get a radius going on our railing. Now I want to be pressing down on both rails at the same time, and yet I don't want to get too close to that solder joint, but I have to sort of press this this dowel is here, it's hard to get it. In other words, I've got to push back on the maybe if I was to turn it here, I can show you. I wonder if there's maybe another angle that I should be coming at. It's starting to curve already, and I haven't been pressing that hard, but what I have to do is get that catwalk sort of pried over out of the way. This is not wanting to cooperate here. I'm so scared of grabbing hold of it and kinking the metal. Okay, now I think the dowel is catching the railing on the other side there. I think it is. Maybe I'm going to have to turn this 90 degrees the way it was before. You know, if I was to take and file this end down, you can see that there's sort of a chamfer there, or chamfer, however you say it. And okay, let's just give it a whirl here. I think if I press down, I'm looking straight down on it now. I think I'm catching both rails. I don't want to make the bend too sharp either. Ooh, that might be a little bit too sharp. And oh my, is it ever too sharp? I'm going to have to try and very carefully straighten that out. I think I'm going to have to do it off camera here. Yeah, this is not quite going as planned. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do this off camera here, just sort of straighten it out with my fingers. Very, very carefully. So, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he's going to break this one too. Well, I'm thinking the same thing. Okay, I'm going to have to take it off camera. Okay, I sort of straightened it out a bit with the large Tamiya bending plier. And the plan now is if I could get this right where my tweezer's touching right there, that if I could get that part together just right. Okay, the radius is too tight right here. I'm going to have to straighten this out just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm doing it right on the green cloth because the cloth seems to help to hold the railing in place when I'm manipulating the rest of this around here. Now the idea, of course, is to get the railing. Okay, I think what's going to happen when I release that, is it going to stay in place? Let me check the monitor. You know, that's pretty close. It would be nice if right at the very end there, if it was a little bit closer to the... now, if I was to put a little bit of flux right along this edge here, and then touch it with the solder. That's the plan right now. Okay, I'll use maybe one of Gabe's swabs would be good for that, or maybe one of Tennessee Jim's mini Q-tips. I'm not sure which. Either one would probably work good. But I have more of Gabe's swabs, so... Oh, speaking of Tennessee Jim, thanks for the phone call last night. That was very, very thoughtful of you. Okay, I was just looking in the monitor here, and it looks like this has to go down just a little bit, something like that. Let's see what's happened here now. It's a little bit too far, but I don't know if I can bring it back without it popping out. Nope. Okay, let's leave it popped in. Okay, I'm sampling a little bit of solder paste now. And the idea is I just want to tack it on the very end there. Now this is where I want it to. I think once that solder paste heats up, it's going to have a tendency to run. In fact, I'm sure it will. Okay, all I want to do is just that one little. Oh, it's sticking on me. There. Okay, did I get it back? Check the monitor. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, once again we're at 370 degrees Celsius, and all I want to do is just tack the end here. So let's hope it doesn't pop out of place here when I put this. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck. Oh, it unstuck. You know, I think we got it. Okay, I'm watching in the monitor right now. And see if we can rotate this around. Oh my, there's quite a gap there, isn't there, between the rail and the catwalk. You can see it there, about 5 centimeters or so behind the weld. Alright, I think what I'm going to try to do now maybe is just, you know, tack it. Let's see if I can point to it. Okay, if I was to tack it right about here, where it's touching, then I don't think our railing is going to break off on us. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this back upside down now, and very carefully. It's very kind of hard to do stuff really carefully with this, at least for me. Okay, so if we were to tack it right about there. Okay, I'm going to put it back down on the green cloth because it has a tendency to want to really slide around on this piece of wood. Okay, right about here is where these things are touching. Just have to hold it down a little bit. I think I'm getting it on. Oh, I got it in the railing. My finger stuck to it. Always an excuse, eh, Ron? Always an excuse. Okay. One, two. Now, if I remember right, this felt wanted to pop up before. Why is it sticking to my finger? Okay, I do believe we soldered it there. Okay, let's see how that looks now. Well, I do believe it's made contact there. Right there. I don't want to check it to see how strong it is because I'll probably break it off. But okay, let's see if we can bend the other one, and this time don't bend the radius so tight the first time. Okay, it's pretty close there. I'm trying to get the railing all the way around on the outside. It just doesn't want to catch on the cloth and pull back. There we go. No, it's on the outside all the way around. I pretty much had it before, but you can see here that where I want to actually touch the solder, I don't quite have it's not smooth. It should be coming in. Oh. I don't know, maybe I should be taking a break here. I've been working at this for quite a while, actually. Trying to get this railing bent just right. You know, if I was to use pins, I think I used pins on something like this on the Bismarck almost 4 years ago. And one of the viewers also suggested holding with pins, but I don't know if it was for the railing he was talking about. But yeah, I'm going to just see if I can't do that somehow, and then try not to solder the pins to everything, because they are metal. It probably wouldn't take too many pins, now would it? Let's just see here. Okay, but we want to have a. Okay, we're probably in too close right now, aren't we? Yeah, we're in a little bit too close. Okay, I'm going to just recompose here if I can. Another nice warm day here in Winnipeg. 37.3 Celsius. In fact, that's hot for Winnipeg. Enough about the weather. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call her quits for this afternoon, and we'll go at this a little later, or something that I can carefully pick this up with so I don't put any stress where it's not supposed to be. There we go. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Now, I don't know if you're interested or not, but you might want to stay tuned for this morning's sunrise and bike ride. Now, our sunrise this morning, well, I was debating on whether I should even put it in. I've sped the first part of it up here 250 times, and yeah, but stay tuned for the bike ride, which will be following right after our sunrise. Okay, today we're going to go someplace just a little bit different. Now we're trying out our rear view mirror. I don't know if you can see it or not. When I first started editing out this clip, I was a little bit puzzled, because I thought, my goodness, there must have been a smudge or dirt or something on the camera lens. It's just not clear. The houses and everything in the background were kind of, well, not the way I remembered it. And then I realized what had happened. Because I added the mirror, I had a little bit more stuff in the foreground than before. And the camera was, picking that up, and that's what it was concentrating on. Now, I don't think I can manually adjust this camera like I can my big camera at the model table. But anyway, I guess we're just going to have to put up with that for this particular bike ride. That's kind of disappointing. Right about now, I'm increasing the throttle as far as it will go in level 1, and my thinking is I wanted to see just how much it's going to slow down when we go up that hill. Okay, this is as fast as it'll go in level 1. seems to be maintaining the speed up this hill here, which is quite surprising. Slowed down maybe 1 kilometer an hour. Now, when I was coming up behind that person, I had wanted to give my bell a little ring, but I was afraid to take my left hand off of the hand grip. I'm still a little bit, you might say, uncertain. A little bit, well, my sense of balance isn't what I'd hoped. And yeah, I don't want to let go of the handlebar. So I'm going to move it over to the right, and what I'll do is I'll put it where my gear shift lever is right now. Now, I never use the gear shift lever. I don't need to. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not pedaling anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to try that later today. Get it over to the right, and I've got to make more of an effort to ring that bell when I'm approaching people from behind that can't see me. I think it's a real good idea, but it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I'm afraid to do it. Yeah, I don't want to fall down right beside them. Okay, let's carry on here. Okay, the mailbox. So, okay, what I'm sending away in the mail is a return to Amazon. You probably recognize that little package. You just don't know what's in it. Well, about 4 or 5 days ago, I'd ordered a bike lock. I got the cheapest one that Amazon had. It was a combination one. I thought, okay, well, it said you could change the combination to something you like, so I did. And I know I was doing it right. I was following the instructions, and I got the lock before I put it on my bike. Fortunately, I got the lock halfway shut, and it wouldn't go in, it wouldn't go out, it wouldn't do nothing, no matter what I did. It's going back. And there's another one coming today that's going to have a key, something that's a little bit more foolproof. Now, I had hoped that my sense of balance would have improved by now, but it really hasn't. Well, I made it. Sort of a blind intersection there a little bit. Morning.
Morning.
Well, the mirror seems to work really well, except that I forget to look into it. I still keep checking over my shoulder. Now I'm going to try something just a little bit different here. Okay. I'm going to have just a little bit different of a dismount, you might say. Okay, let's turn off the... All right, here we go. I'm going to just lay this down here now, very slowly and very carefully. I have to be careful not to twist my knee. That's the problem when I'm trying to lay it down like this. I just have to be very, very careful not to twist my knee. I can lift pretty good, but I can't lift and walk. Well, this worked out all right. I just hang on to the... Okay, I'm not always going to have something to hang on to, though, as I mentioned before. Now, okay, and we'll stand her up. Now, this is what I want to try this different here. First, we've got to unlock the door, and we'll get our board that I got this morning from the shed. What's left of this board, that is. Okay. And all right. Try not to let too many flies in. Now, the idea is, if I put this like this, I should be able to not have to lift both the front wheel and the back wheel up over the step at the same time. And I find that I'm kind of hurting my back a little bit. So, oh, an interesting thing happened about, I guess about half an hour ago, got a call from the doctor's office, and my bone scan is in already. Now this thing's falling apart on me. I might have to, okay, here we go. Let's see how this is going to work. Shove it up. That's fairly easy. Now, can I get on the ramp at the same time? You hold the brake and hold on to this. This might not work out as planned here. Let's try now. It should just sort of rock over. Yeah, this is actually easier. I don't have to do any heavy lifting. Now I know that this bike only weighs about 65 or maybe a little more pounds, and whoops. Well, I guess I didn't plan that too good, did I? Okay, let's get it into the house here. Okay, there we go. And you'll notice that I finally got my bike box disassembled and in the recycle bin yesterday. All right. What a rigmarole. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. And being as I'm expecting a bike lock to be a new bike lock, a different bike lock coming from Amazon today. Okay, there. That's just to thwart off any would-be thieves. I don't know if it works or not. Okay. Well, I hope you like that. Now, just a quick update here. The bike lock did come today, but we're going to have to take a look at it tomorrow.